Save the heroes, be the heroes, and make it quick. Quote, American Chavez. Ultimates assemble to take down the Hulk. The entire roster of the Ultimates unites for the first time in this high-octane climactic conclusion of the first arc. Iron Lad has a plan to defeat the Hulk, the most powerful and imposing member of the Maker's Council, but has he gotten his team in over their heads? Ultimates, Volume 4, Issue 6. The story begins with Iron Lad giving a speech to the Ultimates. This is a rescue mission. 2 weeks ago, I cracked the Council's quantum encrypted internal communication system, the so-called Overnet, which should have been impossible, by the way. Please clap. Between mind control operations and targeted environmental collapse, they talked about this place, a damage-controlled black site holding over a dozen superpowered prisoners. Yes, prisoners. They're still alive, but the Council's nervous due in no small part to our activities. They're set to be executed tomorrow unless we do something about it. Iron Lad continues. That's why for the first time I'm assembling the entire Ultimates network. The team assembled includes Iron Lad, the boy genius, determined to fix the world. The Human Torch, recently restored antique android who once killed Hitler. Sith warrior goddess, jailer of Thor. Thor, disposed god of thunder and prisoner of Sith. Captain America, a man without a country. Wasp, ready for any challenge, big or small. Giant Man, who sometimes feels small but is growing into it. Hawkeye, wielding a Stone Age weapon with high-tech twist. She-Hulk, protector of Gamma Island. And America Chavez, an amnesic temporal refugee. Well, almost the entire network, says Iron Lad. There is also Doom, with post-traumatic scars, and Reed Richards, who has a secret. Doom is attempting, in some way, to bring back the Fantastic Four. Giant Man expresses concern about standing exposed in the front door, while Iron Lad reassures him, saying, I've taken care of the surveillance system. They won't see us coming. We don't expect much resistance at first, but we have to assume the place will be swarming with hand agents within 5 minutes. They may even have a superpowered asset or two nearby. Captain America adds, we don't want a prolonged fight, and after decades of confinement, these people could be injured, disoriented, or near death. America Chavez says, they're torturing human beings in there, so I kind of want a big fight, but I get it. Save the heroes, be the heroes, and make it quick. Iron Lad concludes, no one dies today, not because of us. This is a rescue mission. With that, Iron Lad blows the door open. Iron Lad, with a questioning tone, says, Ultimates, assemble? As they make it through to the other side, they are met with an unexpectedly peaceful scene, a serene space with galaxy stars and a towering statue. But waiting there calmly, sitting and drinking tea, is the Hulk, surrounded by the immortal weapons. The Hulk says, at last, patience is a tree with bitter roots that bears sweet fruits. Will you join me for some tea? It's immediately clear to the team that this is a trap. She-Hulk did not come for tea as she charges after Banner. Captain America knows this is the wrong move. She-Hulk swings again and again, but Banner just moves away, evading each attack. The Hulk has been watching Jonah since She-Hulk was a child, and hatred has made She-Hulk stronger. She has been saving it all for the Hulk. The Hulk, aware of this, says, I know you're saving this anger, saving this rage. It can be a devastating weapon. As Hulk's hands starts to glow, he retaliates. Banner sends She-Hulk flying with a single punch, using the atomic Iron Fist. The punch combines the power of the Hulk and the Iron Fist abilities, creating a force equivalent to 15 times the power of the Hiroshima bomb. The sheer force sends She-Hulk soaring through the air. As She-Hulk is still in the air, Hulk returns to his tea, calmly sitting down. Finally, She-Hulk lands hard on the ground, and Hulk remarks, now, how about that tea? I made enough for everyone. The Ultimates look on in shock. Meanwhile, Doom, who has been tracking the Ultimates, realizes that their signal has gone dark. Recognizing the setup, Doom mutters, what have you gotten yourself into now, Iron Lad? Magically, the door seals behind them, trapping the 10 Ultimates inside the city. Hulk declares, I have brought you to heaven, the immortal city of Kunlun. To be precise, I rule all 7 of heaven's capital cities. What does that make me, do you suppose? Iron Lad says, don't be afraid of him. There are 10 of of us. He's still just one man. Hawkeye responds, one giant radioactive man. Banner replies, you should feel honored. It's not often that terrorists are granted entrance to heaven, but for you, I made special arrangements. Giant Man tells Janet he read about the men behind Banner. They're master pacifists, armed with syringes of gamma radiation. Hulk says, I hope we could be civil about this. I made tea, a much more peaceful death. The poison harvested from a flower that grows only on heaven's highest peak kills quickly and painlessly. But I suppose the time for tea is over. If the Ultimates had drunk the tea, they would have been poisoned and killed. Now the Ultimates will face the Immortal Instruments. The Immortal Instruments declare, we are his immortal instruments, his holy blood. No harm can come to us in his shadow. One either dies or is made strong. The Immortal Instruments consist of Decay's beautiful daughter, Fat Cobra, Uranium Brother 235, Prince of Meltdown, Bride of 9 World Breakers, and Crane Mother of the Bomb. These are Hulk's immortal weapons. Meanwhile, Doom searches for their signal but finds it lost. Doom exclaims, impossible. These instruments should be able to locate them anywhere in the universe. The Ultimates need a way, yet even Doom doesn't know their location. Captain America senses it's a trap that won't end well for the Ultimates. Before he can call for Thor to get them out, the Prince of Meltdowns launches a flying fusion stomp while the Bride of 9 World Breakers attacks Thor, preventing him from freeing the team. The Immortal Instruments line up against the Ultimates, ready for battle. Banner also joins the fray, setting his sights on Iron Lad. Iron Lad rallies the team, saying, Ultimates, we'll have to find our way out. Banner responds, isn't this what you wanted? My attention, my anger. Congratulations, you officially made me angry. He then slams Iron Lad with a devastating thermonuclear thunderfoot, pinning him down as Uranium Brother 253 strikes Captain America's shield with the first of the Gamma Star. Human Torch tries to burn him, but Uranium Brother barely flinches. Hawkeye remarks, heaven's a lot more violent than I thought it would be. Meanwhile, Fat Cobra and Giant Man are wrestling, and despite Giant Man's size, Fat Cobra manages to grab his leg while Wasp attacks with energy blasts. Swiftly, Decay's beautiful daughter strikes Wasp with the Maestro's crippling crescent kick. Each of the Ultimates seem outmatched. Doom continues to search for their signals, scanning Avalon, Asgard, and even Hell itself, but finds no trace of the Ultimates network until suddenly a connection is established. Doom stares in disbelief, muttering, but it's not possible. As the battle intensifies between the Ultimates and the Immortal Instruments, Iron Lad says, it's all on your terms. We have to go. Banner replies, you call yourself heroes, children living out your adolescent powers fantasies. I will teach you about power and the real world. As he prepares to unleash the Iron Fist, American Chavez charges into battle against Crane Mother the Bomb, who counters with Big Bang Phoenix incineration, packing a force equivalent to 18 Hiroshima blasts. Thor withstands the atom-smashing thunderclap from the Prince of Meltdowns and strikes the Bride of 9 Breakers with manure. Meanwhile, Hulk delivers a Higgs knife hand strike to Iron Lad's force field. Banner says, I have studied the teachings of the great Enlightenment masters and distilled 5,000 years of wisdom into 3 perfect words, peace through strength, as he delivers a Megatron extension third execution attack to Iron Lad. Hulk continues saying, this is my message, the savage truth I bring. There is no such thing as heroes. He reveals that the Maker's plan was always to rid the world of heroes. Sif suffers the Madam Curse's death is by 10 million cuts by Decay's beautiful daughter. Uranium Brother 253 incapacitates Hawkeye, while the Human Torch flames have minimal effect on Uranium Brother's nuclear reactor powered heart. Captain America urges, don't stop, Jim. Everything has a limit. As Fat Cobra gains the high ground over Giant Man, Doom, accessing Iron Lad's visual feed, is astonished as he watches the chaotic scene unfold. The Immortal Instruments realize their only real threat is Thor's ability to transport the Ultimates to Asgard, so they assign 2 of their own to prevent him from escaping. The Bride of 9 World Breakers strikes Thor from behind, while the Prince of Meltdown seizes his hammer. Sif, now Thor's lover, cries out upon seeing him in danger, but Decay's beautiful daughter intervenes, intercepts, striking her with cyclotron, diverse technique, knocking Sif down. Fat Cobra dismisses the wasp as little more than an insect and swiftly captures her with a picosecond particular pluck. Giant Man, in desperation, calls out for Jan. Hulk declares, "What we have accomplished is a miracle, and people love us for it. Look how we are loved." Fat Cobra consumes Janet as Banner. The Hulk stands over Iron Lad, now shielded by a new force field. The Hulk says, "You know, as the worldwide symbol for peace, I've missed blood on my hands. I wonder if Gandhi ever felt this way." He then strikes Iron Lad with a dual atomic iron fist, unleashing a force equivalent to 32 Hiroshima bombs, creating deafening bomb-like impact. Meanwhile, Doom says, "Use the signal." As the bridge Stark suit provides the precise location in high-dimensional space. Warning, don't forget to compensate for idiosyncratic physics. The flow of time and interdimensional shear will be a problem. Giant Man expands to a size never seen in the Ultimate Universe, enraged as he shouts, "I'll kill you," and throws a punch at Fat Cobra with all his strength. Fat Cobra counters with a supermassive body block, but suddenly there's an unexpected interruption inside Fat Cobra's stomach. As Janet returns to full size, she bursts out of Fat Cobra's stomach, leaving him in pieces. Fat Cobra dies as a result of having devoured the wasp who expanded within him to escape. Giant Man rushes, check on Janet, ensuring she's all right. Meanwhile, back at the Ultimate headquarters, Doom's signal strength is fading rapidly with only 7 seconds left before the signal is lost. Doom mutters, 7 seconds and 7,000 unknowns. One mistake and everyone is dead. All the heroes are overwhelmed by the Immortal Instruments. Jim Hammond, the Human Torch, has his head busted open. Captain America is thrown aside. America Chavez is knocked out, and Thor is relentlessly pummeled. Banner, delivering the Professor's enlightened corner throw, taunts them, saying, "I should thank you." Blowing up pipelines, destabilizing power grids, burning down the White House. You've only driven them deeper into our arms. Nothing makes one crave the status quo quite like violent threat to it. A few will be inspired, but most will be afraid of chaos, afraid of change, afraid of losing what little they have. Banner continues, in time they'll wonder if the Ultimates ever truly existed, or if the whole thing was an elaborate conspiracy. If you didn't work for us all alone, in a way I suppose you did. Rest now, little Stark, you've earned it. In the end, you were our little best soldier. Banner then puts Iron Lad in a massive vice grip, squeezing him until the lights go out on the chest plate, and he drops him crippled and crushed to the floor. As She-Hulk charges in rage, shouting no, she grabs Hulk and begins pounding him repeatedly, grounding him with fierce punches. She-Hulk shouts, "You destroy everything. Enough." Hulk responds, "I'm impressed. In a different world, your spirit might count for something." With that, he grabs She-Hulk's arm and brutally rips her hand from her body. Hulk continues, "But this is not that world. Take heart. Your defeat here will prevent a wider conflict. Your sacrifice saved millions of lives. In truth, dying will be the most heroic thing the Ultimates have ever done." Meanwhile, Doom watches the countdown of the signals lost, murmuring, "Now or never, life or death. All hope lives in Doom." He activates the Immortus engine, a time machine used by the Maker to reshape the history of Earth 6160 to his own vision. The device's exact origins are unknown due to the brain damage the Maker sustained during an attack by the future warrior Kang. With Doom's intelligence and quick action, he managed to save She-Hulk from death along with the rest of the team by teleporting them out of the city of Kung Lu and back to their base. America Chavez, still catching her breath, turns to Doom and asks, "How?" But before he could answer the question, She-Hulk shouts, "No, too late. You were too late. Iron Lad is dead." She holds his breathless, broken, lifeless body, and we learn the Ultimates. Iron Lad has fallen. Only 12 months remain before the Maker's return. Next, Ultimates, Volume 4, Issue 7.